Ashley, hope you're having a good day. So I'd like to start by calling in your spirit guides and angels, and Ben's spirit guides and angels, and my own spirit guides and angels. Please help me get the highest vibrational messages for the highest good of all. Thank you. Alright, so your connecting energy will be in the middle, Ben will be on the left, and you'll be on the right. Alright, so the bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups. So this is, you said he's going through a dark night of the soul. I definitely think that this cycle for the both of you is about mourning loss. Loss of an identity, a past. Your connection in a lot of ways is going to, you're going to experience a separation. Like, not just not being in contact, but you're going to feel a disconnect from each other's energy, and it's going to force you into a mourning period. And you have to go through this lesson in order to transform. And the Dark Night of the Soul is essentially, death, an ego death. It's about letting go of fear and really coming into this place of oneness and wholeness within, and just a very deep connection to God. So we have to go through these times in order to level up spiritually, in order to ascend and grow. So for your past energy, you have 3-8 cards, 888. That's phenomenal. I very, very rarely see something like that. That's an incredible synchronicity right there. So definitely look up angel number 888. But what's going on for you right now is a lot of powerful, or not right now, but like you're coming from a past of very powerful manifestation. You probably came into a lot of your spiritual gifts. Maybe you're developing them. You may have had some sort of awakening. You may have moved on from things that you knew weren't serving you in search of something that's actually fulfilling. So there's been a lot of movement in your past, and you have grown up a lot, is what I'm getting from that. So for him, okay, so it looks like he probably, because this isn't just past energy, is also, I pull these cards to look at and see if like there's like another relationship or karmic situation or something like that. So I think that's probably what's going on here. He doesn't know how to be honest with you about it or how to talk about it, and it is kind of confusing for him. but he is really drawn to multiple people. And he's, trying to figure out how to bridge the separation between what he actually wants and what he actually has. So there's some karmic lessons that he's been, struggling to learn, and it has been a difficult time for him. And that's probably what sparked, his ego death. He was spreading himself really thin, and being dishonest or hiding the truth was really difficult for him. Also, he was blocking in messages from the universe that were trying to come in as well. Yeah. So this top row is your current energy. This middle row is the energy you're moving into in the future. And this last row is the outcome of this current cycle. So what lessons you're learning, what energy you're moving through, and what you need to move through in order to level up to a new cycle or new lessons or a new level of evolution. So a cycle can be any length of time. So your current energy is the Three of Coins in reverse and the Justice card in reverse. So I think that you do feel this sense of injustice. You feel like something isn't right and you don't know how to move forward or build something for yourself without having some sort of communication. So I do feel like there's confusion for you. There's a lack of clarity, and all you really want is clarity and the truth and some sort of communication. And you want to know if you're meant to build with him or move forward with somebody else, maybe. But I think that you're very resistant to the idea of being with anyone else, or anyone else coming in and being able to satisfy you or make you happy or fulfill you. So because of that, I think that it's gonna sort of wedge your internal energies really far apart. Like, you're gonna have a very intense internal transformation around your masculine and feminine energy. And it's all for the purpose of bringing you into that balance that you need in order to move forward. Okay, so he's got the Star and the Knight of Cups. So he's in his energy, he's healing, and he knows that he has a long way to go. But I do feel like when it comes to you, he definitely loves you and wants to be with you and desires to communicate with you. But he feels like you're almost like this far off dream. Like, he sits and daydreams about you. So I don't know if you're seeing this Knight of Cups card, but usually Knight cards are about action, and this guy's just kind of sitting down there. And so I feel like, he's daydreaming about it. He's really emotionally connected to you and wants to, he knows that, I think he knows that you're like his destiny. But he's also in an energy of patience and trust. He's following his intuition, and he knows that as long as he's on this path of healing, he's going to move forward. So I actually don't feel like he's really still in that Dark Night of the Soul energy, or he's coming out of it, because these are very positive cards. So your connecting energy is the King of Wands in reverse. So this to me shows that he knows that he's not ready to be there for you the way that you want him to. And you really miss him, and it's like you're putting all this energy on him to come towards you or take action. You're giving away a lot of your power, and that's actually what's keeping you out of balance, is a lot of still feminine energy that needs to be healed in you. So moving into the future here, you have the Four of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So I feel like you're definitely going to detach from expectations or desires around union. And what's going to happen for you is that you get really, really tired, really, really drained. You've just been pushing so hard. You've put so much work into this journey. And then I think you're just going to hit a breaking point where you realize that there's nothing else you can actively do to make this happen. So it's like you're just kind of stepping back, pulling your energy back, pulling all of this focus away from him and putting it onto you and what you need to heal and let go of. It's not even really healing on you. It's really just a lot of letting go and clearing away baggage. You have learned a lot of spiritual lessons. You have the Eight of Wands over here. All these 8 cards show that you have come a long way. You have learned a lot of spiritual lessons. In this cycle, it's on you to really do that work alone, sort of go it alone. And it's not about isolating yourself, but it's about making sure that you're getting enough time to yourself to really reflect and to rest. So for him, you've got the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse. So it does feel like there's someone in his reality that he is avoiding conflict with, someone who could be kind of manipulative, someone who could be getting in his ear, like getting really getting him really like mentally confused about what he really wants in life. And there could be a lot of people actually that he's almost like trying to push away or like shut out because he doesn't want to be influenced. Because he was in this good energy, you know, where he was really listening to his intuition, he was healing, but it seems like there's other people around him who are testing him, who are sort of pushing him to or like testing whether or not he can really trust his intuition over what anyone else says. So your connecting energy is the Seven of Wands in reverse. So there is less defensiveness here, but I feel like with you, the lesson here is definitely boundaries and pulling back your energy from him. And for him, I think there's a lot of energy here of needing to wait for the right moment to extricate himself from a difficult situation, or to give himself that actual space from whatever is going on here. But your connecting energy, you know, has been in reverse, these 2 cards, because like I said before I even saw any of the cards, I just felt very strongly there was like a disconnection happening here that needed to happen. It's in order for both of you to open up spiritually, to even open up to your spiritual gifts, or to level up. I feel like that's what's happening here. That's why this disconnection has to happen, because if this was in the upright, there would be a block between you. There would be a defensiveness. There would be an inability to really hear each other because you're both coming at each other with your own agenda. So that's why this needs to be in reverse, so that you can handle your own energy and he can handle his own situation over here. So moving into the outcome here, you've got the King of Cups in reverse and the Six of Wands in reverse. So you are not ready to claim victory. It's almost like you're very defeated and you're just going to surrender. You're not going to feel any sort of obligation to hold back your emotions or to even look a certain way when it comes to your emotions. I think you're going to be very genuine and effusive with your emotion. But I think when it comes to him, you're definitely going to disconnect and to detach. Like these 3 cards in a row definitely make me feel like detachment is the thing here. It's what's going to help free you and make you feel a lot more confident in the direction that you're moving forward. Because I don't like seeing both cards in the outcome being in reverse, because it means that unless you know, really make a conscious choice to break free into a new energy, you're going to keep going through the same cycle over and over again. You're going to have to keep repeating these lessons. 9 is for completion here in your connecting energy, which means that there's an opportunity here to leave this behind for good. But we'll see, because with his energy, he's got the Empress and the Temperance card in reverse. So I see here that he is possibly with someone else. Like, I'm seeing it multiple times here in this reading, honestly. There's a very distinct possibility that he has some sort of karmic partner. It could even be his own mother. It doesn't have to be like a romantic partnership. It could even be a friendship. But whatever this is, he actually has a very deep spiritual bond to this person, but it's not something that's helping him heal in terms of getting closer to you. Because the Temperance card is like a twin flame card. It's a card of healing and harmony and coming together. So it's like seeing it next to the Empress card definitely makes me feel like there's someone here who's blocking him from healing and moving forward. He has a great deal of respect and esteem for this person. He has a lot of deep love for this person, and he may even, you know, if it's a romantic thing, you know, he definitely loves her. but or if it's his mother or something like that. But it's like a very like almost like familial love, and it is in some ways like helping him understand what divine feminine energy is. Maybe he's understanding that through contrast, but whatever this is, it's definitely a pretty intense like dichotomy here. Oh yeah, I don't know if I showed you the cards. I'm sorry, sometimes I get channeling and just forget. The Empress and the Temperance card in reverse. So your connecting energy is the Nine of Swords. So this means that fear is going to be the deciding factor about whether or not you two move forward towards union, or you have to repeat some same lessons over and over again. And it's because this twin flame journey is really activating divine love in you. It's really helping you see the light, see things clearly, come into a place of faith and trust in the universe. So when this card comes up, it's because you're experiencing still a lot of illusions. You're still projecting your own fears and even your own dreams onto this other person. And it's not fair. Your twin doesn't owe you anything. And that's the greatest fear that both of you are coming to terms with here. If he wants to move in a different direction, if you love him unconditionally, you have to let him do that. And if he wants the best for you, and he has the opportunity to make that happen for you, if he loved you unconditionally, he would do that. So you're both reckoning with like very deep-seated fears of lack, fears of not coming together, and you know, fears of ending up alone. Like that these are really heavy things that are coming up here in order to be cleared. But that's why these things come up. That's why you trigger each other as twin flames. It's in order to do the healing, to come into a place of emotional maturity. So these two cards being in reverse, they can't really be in reverse if you're going to move forward. Healing has to be a priority. And also understanding your emotions and just letting them flow through you instead of getting attached to those emotions when they come up. Also, getting rest, I feel like, is a repeated message here. It's extremely important for you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, your body. You're taking care of your spiritual wellness through meditation, and also taking care of your body through getting enough sleep. All right, so the bottom of the deck is struggle. So this is about, you know, realizing that resistance is a choice, and it's actually really the only way that we actually have free will is through just resisting or avoiding, you know, learning the lessons that we came here to learn. So if you've struggled a lot in your past to really grasp this connection or figure out where you're supposed to be headed, or you've struggled with people in your life, all of that is coming to an end. The struggle is coming, is over. You know, it's not supposed to be an uphill battle. Like, this journey actually, you know, is supposed to just awaken us. And when you can just surrender to the truth that you have in your heart about the connection, about where you're headed, it clears so much resistance and clears a lot of those illusions. So the first card that came out is Retreat, which is about pulling back your energy, retreating from his space, from almost like invading his energy, and just coming into your own heart, your own home within yourself. It's about coming home to yourself. And there's also detachment wrapped up in this. When you can detach from your twin, it's not that you don't love them anymore or you've given up on them. It's just that you don't expect anything of them. That's really the key thing there with detachment. You can just love freely without any expectations, without, you know, yeah, that's really it. That's a simple way to put it. So with growth, you're experiencing a lot of spiritual growth, and that's really the point of this. It does feel like by the fall, because I've seen the leaves in here, it definitely feels like by the fall you will have grown so much. You will have seen how far you've come, and it could be a time of, you know, manifesting communication, emotional fulfillment. There's a lot of things available to you once you've ascended to a different point, or once you've merged with your higher self in a different way, in a higher way than you have so far. And it's because you've allowed, you know, a transformation to occur. So the transformation, I believe, comes like hand in hand with the growth, but it's almost like you have to let your old self die before you can have a new one. And the number in here is 22. It's also the 22nd today. But 22, you know, represents teaching. I think the teaching card came out for you as well. It's about the master, not teaching, sorry. It's about partnership. It's about balance and harmony. So there's a life that you can build for yourself once you've let the old life or the old self go. That's really what's happening here with these cards. It's like you're building up towards something new by letting go of the old, by coming back to yourself. So we go through these cycles because we're meant to learn lessons, and as twin flames we are each other's greatest teacher. So whatever he's doing to trigger you into needing clarity, or into, I think you put it in your email, like tending to your side of the garden, that's exactly the right mindset, the right energy to be in, because that's how you're able to teach each other energetically how to take care of yourselves and heal yourselves. But you know, when it comes to the triggering or the separation or whatever, it's helping both of you learn the lessons you need to learn and move forward. And I'm seeing here also the connection here with the Temperance card being 14 and this card being 14 as well. So until he learns this lesson that he can heal himself, he's not going to be able to move forward. So with the Duality card, this is about recognizing that we're meant to transcend duality, but you can't transcend duality until you fully understand it. So in a lot of ways we do need to understand separation. That's why we actually came here to this third density, this 3D reality, in order to understand the opposite of love, understand why people are so disconnected from love, and how that could possibly happen. So you're gonna learn some really tough lessons. There's gonna be some pain and some anxiety here and some intensity, you know, but once you come out of that, you're going to be able to see that you and your twin are the same. Yes, you go about healing the different, you go about, like, you know, your journey different. You have different times where you're really focused on him and he's really focused on you. But just because of all of those perceived differences, it doesn't mean that you're not the same at your core. You are. Then you have Ancient Wisdom, and this is about tapping into that inner wisdom that you have, that everyone has, but as twin flames it's like an even deeper thing, because we're ancient souls, you know, we've gone through this process so many times. And I think you implied in your email, you know, that you're really young, so it's like you have wisdom beyond your years. So don't let anybody, you know, tell you that you don't know what you're doing or that this connection isn't real. Know that the wisdom that you have is from prior lifetimes, not just this lifetime, but it looks like in this lifetime you've also experienced a lot. You've gone through a lot, and you're ready to take that wisdom and help others, is what I'm seeing here. It just seems like you're, you know, learning high-level spiritual lessons. I'm going to use this deck to get messages from your twin to you. They could also be from your shared higher self. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is be supportive. So this shows that you two are definitely supporting each other through this transition. Even if you're not able to talk in the 3D, you're right there with each other energetically. make a genuine effort to show you care. So this has never been a problem for you, probably. As the Divine Feminine, you probably always had a lot of empathy for him, always, you know, were very focused on him and being supportive of him. But what he's saying with this card is that it's time for him to learn how to support himself and heal himself so that he can be there for you as a Divine Masculine he wants to be. He wants to be like your protector, you know, like he has his weapon out here, like very, very far between any perceived threat and you. He wants to protect you. So he's going through this transformation in order to get to this point of being able to do that for you. So the first card that came out is True Love. This love is a once in a lifetime love. This is a once in many lifetimes love, you know. This is twin flame love. So I do feel like you two are twin flames. Like, if you have had any doubt about that, I do feel like that's what this is, based on the cards that came out. But your twin wants you to know like how much he loves you. He loves you. And he knows that it's true love, that it's a different kind of love, that it's a divine love, that it's not just earthly attachment. And that's why he knows that in order to get to you and for you to be his true empress, not this other person that, you know, is playing that role in his life right now as his mirror, he knows that you're his real empress, that you're his real true spiritual partner. And then you have rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. So this is a message, you know, that you have to be able to rest and you have to be able to relax and let go of expectations around him, around timelines, all of that. Just rest and let go and chill out when it comes to the connection. Even if you have to fake it until you make it, that's how you end up learning these things, honestly. Like, no one is ever really good at something the first time they do it. But when it comes to detachment, you know, it's not something you master in one day. It's just something that you understand, you grasp the concept, and then you just try to keep that in mind as you go about your day, as you go about your life. But yeah, like I was saying before, it seems like a really important message because it keeps coming up here. Rest is really important. I don't know if you're having trouble like with sleep, if you have insomnia or something like that. Let me know if it is insomnia. I can give you some resources to help on that. So you have love makes a difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. So this is about the love that you have for yourself. It's not just the love you have of your twin. This twin flame journey is all about remembering that, you know, we have to love ourselves first. We have to love ourselves as God because we are God. All of us are God, like connected through God, through love. So it makes sense to, you know, have a sense of self-worth, to feel at home within your own energy and yourself, and to know that your desires and your dreams are important, just as important as anyone else's. And if you've been hurt in the past by your twin or anyone else, it's time to forgive. And forgiveness and unconditional love go hand in hand. So you have spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Yeah, like we already talked about that, but this card comes out as like another sort of confirmation that you two are twin flames. So if you're having those kind of doubts, this card can confirm that. But this also shows that you're in separation in order to continue to cultivate this spiritual connection that you two have. You probably wouldn't even know that you have this really strong connection unless you had spiritual experiences with him or about him, or, you know, connected to your time with him. So just know that the spiritual connection is real, and it's an extremely important part of the journey. It's not to be discounted, you know, in favor of physical union. So we have appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So this is about really trusting in the present moment, and you know, making sure that you're meditating, making sure that you're, you know, having a sense of awareness and a sense of presence with everything that you do. Because the more that you can come into the present, the easier it is to release the past, because you realize that it's not real. And the easier that it is to build the future from your current vibration, a very high vibration. You can choose the highest timeline for yourself just from your present moment awareness. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the cloak. So yeah, boundaries are definitely sorry, something came across the screen. Okay, so boundaries are definitely a high priority for you right now. It's something that you should be prioritizing because it will help you activate that energy of self-worth. And your twin is teaching you this, you know, through, you know, taking back his energy, or when he disconnects from you, it's only because of his boundaries. So like I said, our twins are our greatest teacher, and divine masculines understand boundaries way better than divine feminines. So we have self-initiation. So this is about throwing yourself into your future passionately, you know, like not holding yourself back, you know, following your joy, following your passions, and taking initiative on it, like putting yourself out there in a way that you haven't before. You came here for a specific mission. You came here to help heal people or to raise their vibration. You came here for a specific purpose, and the more that you can, you know, start taking initiative on that, or start working towards that, even in just tiny baby steps, you're going to find that, you know, you're swept away, and you're so guided and protected, and everything's going to work out just so perfectly. And then you have 3 to 1. So this is about you and your twin and God coming together in a very powerful merge. Union isn't just you and your twin, it's you and your twin and God. And this card talks about that, the Trinity coming down to a sense of oneness. It's also a 10 for completion, for the masculine and the feminine. So this is a very powerful card to get, because it means that there's a very intense spiritual union that's possible for you right now. And the union is in your vibration, but it's about recognizing that you can't get to that point of union until you have really surrendered to the journey and to God. And devotion to the small is about recognizing all the little wins on the way to getting what you want, taking like every single little piece of every single little piece of positive news, any you know, blessings that come in, everything that you're grateful for in your life. The more that you activate that energy of gratitude, the more blessings are going to come into your life. And then you have drop into your heart, which is where you find your twin. That's where you two meet. That's where you two are connected, is in your heart space. So the more that you stay in your heart space, the easier it's going to be to move through this journey, move through these energies, and to release resistance. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much. Bye.